3 3-minute rounds in the place against Ali Stuart in the senior A-class 60 kilo category. But in front of him, Stuart O'Connell from Hoddesdon in the yellow. Instantly, just an air of confidence about Mason Smith, just holding the centre there.
O'Connell was throwing 1-2s to the body there. They were landing, but he was kind of tentative about it.
Sometimes a reputation can precede a boxer. Mason Smith's reputation is carrying throughout the amateur ranks, and Hoddesdon knows anything of it. Perhaps it's a sign of his respect of that reputation. At the moment, it's pretty even Stevens. Much has landed from either boxer. Hoddesdon looking for an opening. Just goes, feints to the head and throws a right to the body. Smith really using this as a timer. Already just opens up short. Flurry to the head, left hook and a right hook.
Caused O'Connell's footwork to stutter a bit there. Just Smith with some power behind that punch.
Well, Mason Smith just looks like he's sort of gathering a bit of data, doesn't he? Just inching himself in, nice and patient, seeing what is going to work, what kind of tools Hoddesdon has got in his armoury. That's nice from Smith. His head to the left through the left hook. Jab from Smith there. We may see more of that as the contest progresses. Again, it's quite a cagey opener, this one. About a burst of action, by and large. Opener really waiting for the other to come in. Nice right hand from Smith. And that was really the first, probably the best shot of the contest so far. Leads with a right uppercut, caught by a left hook to the head. O'Connell in return.
Sort of waiting out the early part of the round. Smith starting to find his mark to a degree. The jab alone looks like it's been troubling O'Connell a little bit, stuck in his tracks. Is that Nagoshi?
No, that wasn't. Come on. Right hand landed from Smith over the top there, then a left hook. That puts O'Connell onto his heels. He will see the standing O count. He was a little bit off balance and he looks frustrated with himself there, but it's great timing. That left hand from Mason Smith, and he looks ready to go. Is he going to jump on his man? The referee brings him back.
Just the timing of that punch and the accuracy, right to the point of his chin. No, I do think the hand hurt him.
O'Connell looks really disappointed with himself as he goes back to that corner. So he's boxed a decent round up until that point. Right there with Mason Smith. A couple of nice exchanges. But, O'Connell now will be looking to play catch-up in the second, possibly even the third round as well. So just showing why Mason Smith's reputation is what it is, because he seems to have the power to be able to put his opponents down at a moment's notice. A good start from him.
Think about a nice little shot like that. It wasn't like he put everything behind it, but it was more, it was more the timing and the accuracy. He hit where he needed to hit, when he needed to hit, and that was what sent O'Connell tumbling.
Well, Mason Smith looks becoming a confident figure in his corner. Feeling that his corner might tell him to get behind the jab a little bit more. It was not completely absent, but it was sparse in usage in the first round. It's a shorter opponent. It's your best tool as a taller boxer. And here it is from Mason Smith. It's a nice combination to the body and left hook to the head from Stuart O'Connell. Oh, and he's caught again by that right hand. Took it well, but he hangs on. There's a real spike behind Smith when he does land.
He's doing the right thing, O'Connell. You know, that lashing punch looked like it could have him trouble. So instead, O'Connell just jumped in to a clinch, held his man down. Just needs to steer himself out of this troubled patch. Oh, stiff jab. Watching that from his heels.
Well, O'Connell has just ever so slowly and slightly turned this one into a bit more of a scrap. And I think that's a good tactic from him, because at range, Mason Smith is having things all of his own way. It's just the feeling that O'Connell can just turn this one a little bit uglier, get on the inside, rough his man up, and have a bit more success, and then it will be interesting to see how Smith responds to that. As it is, now Smith just re-establishing the centre, re-establishing the range, and that's where he wants him.
Just like you say, O'Connell doesn't want to stay at range, just get outboxed. So if he can't outbox someone, he'll do the next best thing, which is outfight him. Which is why O'Connell's charging in, just trying to rough up Mason Smith a little bit. Ooh, good shots from O'Connell there. Didn't need to answer fire with some fire of his own.
Mason Smith just loading up with those shots, perhaps a little bit too much.
A bit reckless there, caught by O'Connell's right.
You see a young lad just in our eye line there who can only beat Mason Smith's brother, because he's the absolute spit of him, and he's shouting instructions to him. Oh, sharp right hand counter from Smith, that was better. Well, it's interesting because we heard a lot about him, and we've seen him throw some nice shots, land some good shots, score a knockdown in the first round, and now we've just seen him having to adapt under a little bit of pressure. So we are seeing all facets of his game in a microcosm over those first two rounds. He finished that round orthodox, and what are your thoughts on Mason Smith so far?
He's certainly looking good. He's got the skills, but it just seems like he can be drawn out for the fight the fight he wants to be boxing, as in he can get drawn into a fight. Really, it would be better for him just stick to using the sort of slick skills we were seeing early on.
The all-important corner advice for Mason Smith, because you feel that this is his contest, perhaps to win or lose over the next 3 minutes. If he can put together the right package in that time, could be seeing him against Ali Stuart in tomorrow's final. So 3 minutes to box. Haringey Box Cup final place for the winner. Stuart O'Connell in the red corner wearing the yellow vest. Mason Smith to the right of your screen in the blue corner.
Keeping your composure is so important. If you do get rattled, things just start to fall apart alarmingly quickly.
Smith started with a nice double jab, and this with that left hook, and then a nice 1-2, just keeping those punches long and straight. Again, you hear the cries from behind us, echoing our sentiments a few moments ago, not to load up on those shots. Oh, super right hand lead there. Stuart O'Connell, I thought he wore it pretty well. It certainly hurt him, but again, administered the standing 8 count.
It was a heavy punch.
It was indeed.
As the ref saw it shake through him. Better say he can give a standing count. Sorry.
Well, we certainly know that Mason Smith packs power. A couple of occasions there. Ooh, a couple of shots in the pocket, just to the back of the head. No complaints from O'Connell. Oh, the left hook lands there, just rocks O'Connell back onto his heels. And now Smith just cranking up through the gears. Such an asset to have, that sort of game-changing shot, especially when you are going through a bit of a rough patch in the middle of a contest. And Mason Smith has proved that He's got that punch that can be a game changer, and that's a really important tool in any boxer's arsenal. And there it is again, a left hook, then lands a right flurry, starts to put a bit of pressure on O'Connell.
Referee's poised.
Second standing 8 count, and so this is now surely Mason Smith's round, and has he put the contest beyond any doubt, John?
I think for me it has.
Oh, Smith lunging in there again, just perhaps a little bit of naivety.
He's really going for the finish. He wants to end this inside the distance.
But is it an unnecessary risk to take with only sort of about 30-45 seconds to go?
Well, that's one consideration. You know, taking unnecessary risk. Maybe you should just make sure you win. But I do like to see someone going for it, just to, you know, if they are winning, just to make sure, just to score an emphatic victory. And there's always room for a little bit of doubt if you can take matters into your own hands and the inside, so you don't need to wait for the judge's decision. Would prefer that. It'd be interesting to see Mason Smith against Ali Stuart tomorrow. So if Stuart's leaning back like he was doing, and he's leaning back and gets caught by one of those quality little left hooks, he could be in some trouble.
Well, it's set up a really, really interesting final, actually, if it is the case that Mason Smith does get the nod from the judges, which, given the final round, the 2 knockdowns, or the 2 standing 8 counts that we saw, you'd think that would put things beyond reasonable doubt, and if so, sets up a really, really nice contest between those two tomorrow afternoon. Of course, if you are watching online, we will be here live from 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, channel 117 on Sky, London Live, bringing you all of the action from every single final contest of the Haringey 2015 Box Cup competition. As the judges collate the scorecards and we bring the boxers to the middle for the decision, one Ali Straw is sitting ringside and he's watching this bout carefully. And here is the result. So a tantalising final set up tomorrow in this 60 kilo A-class senior boys category. What do you think Ali Straw would have made of Mason Smith, John?
Well, judging by the way Straw boxes, I guess not too much phases him. But if I was to advise him, I think he'd probably need to keep his hands up, as he was doing at times. Maybe leave the flashier stuff